Build some Spitfire Mark IIs. And now we need to import steel. Because we are no longer producing convoys in massive numbers, we are now back to destroyer and cruiser production. Cruisers is good because we do need to increase our recon fleet size. Because we don't actually have any proper recon down in Indonesia. We're just using destroyers down there. See you, Lightfoot. Sea Lion's not a problem. No. I mean, I have a garrison army here in Britain now, so I'm feeling pretty happy about that. You guys have almost fully trained. You just no strength. 35% fighting strength because they are missing 20, 70, about 100 items. But because it's the support equipment, the motorized, the heavy tank destroyers and the towed artillery, it counts as the majority of their combat strength. And I think that's the problem that my commandos are having. Is they're missing those items. Just keep building up that efficiency. It's just a time thing. Was that reliability on planes able to go over 5? No, 5 is the maximum. Unless that's something that's changed in this mod. Nope. Oh, it is. Interesting. Okay, that's new. So level 5 on these is still the same, but the reliability can go above 5. Cool. Although bear in mind that there are a lot more plane types now. Although it's going to be primarily jets after this. 44 will be the Spiteful. We've still got 2 year and a half before that. Ah! More units to deploy. More of the Indian infantry. These are the reemplacements for Connor.
Fall in!
Which is you.
Orders! Listen up! Ready to move!
Ah, Special Forces training. Nice. Let's keep that going. No, that's ahead of time. Let's upgrade the Desert Infantry. More soft attack and organization. And let's add another unit to that train. Marines are almost done. Them can start doing some bits of damage against the Germans just by pinging away at their coastline. Not really anything serious, just enough to pull troops away from elsewhere. I don't think I have very much support equipment going to the other units. I think we just have such a big deficit. Plus the fact we are building a lot of elite units right now. Like, these are all elites. And part of the deficit is because of those. I mean, one thing that I could do and probably should have done is this. Should we say green on you? No. Red on you, green on you. I could even cancel these shock troops. You know what? I'm going to. I'm going to add them as desert instead. What's the plan? Wait until Germany declares war on the Soviets. Befriend Sweden. Oh no. That's going to mean a war in Norway. Which means mountaineers. Well... we should have you lot in a trained position for that. I'll give you a commander when it's time. Okay, the Germans are really starting to go after my coastline. But then again, I'm still killing a lot of theirs, so I'm doing way more damage to them than they are to me. Yeah, they're just forcing me to repair a lot of my ships constantly. Currently, 17 of my 43 dockyards are used for that. Let's say it's 45. And we could get another upgrade. Chief of Army. I'd forgotten that we didn't have many of these done yet. Army Logistics? Division Attrition -8 I think would be phenomenal. Let's get Auchinleck in the field. Advanced Camouflage Pattern means that our infantry are going to take less damage. Let's increase their... Yeah, we could do some of these. Work on the production. I think it's time for this. Let's work on the end. More factories in a state sounds phenomenal to me. Shock Troops 3. So my Shock Troopers are now even better. And I think I want to upgrade the Marines now. Keep all of my specialists up to par. Alright, now my units are starting to get a little bit beefier as equipment begins to arrive. We're doing a much better job at defending. Plus their own supply lines are going to be stretched very thin. One thing I could do, which I quite like the idea of, is we're going to base here our maritime planes with French crews. I'm actually going to tell you strategic bombing against their infrastructure, flying only at night in the Middle East. And we're going to cause them some infrastructure problems of their own. We're flying at night, so it'll be a lot harder to detect. Unfortunately, these aren't proper medium bombers, which we should probably start building. That's another thing I need to build. No, I'm not being distracted. Okay, that was the improved camouflage patterns. No, it wasn't. It was the factory camo. Let's go and continue upgrading our tanks. What is the Soviet industry looking like now? That's a good question. 140 military factories, 130 civilian. Germany's 180 militaries and 130 civilian. I'm at 98 military and 75 civilian, so I'm a ways behind them. And then America, which is still probably militarizing up, yes, 196 civilians, 185 mils. So just the USA still has a ways to go. I mean, it is still only 1942. In relative terms, we are still like early war. Well, mid-war. And we almost certainly can build more militaries of our own. In fact, we should probably do that. Getting all the infrastructure in place is nice, but it's not as important as this. You know what? Let's mill up a bit more. We seem to be holding steady now in the Middle East, and that's the position I wanted to get to. Damascus, level 9 infrastructure already. Another ace pilot, nice. Marsima 2. Where on earth is Marsima 2? Why the hell does this matter? Previous bottleneck, ports in Marsa Matru. There are no ports in Marsa Matru. Are you saying that we don't have enough port capacity to supply all of this? I think that's what that's saying. In which case, let's finish off the ports. Infrastructure seems to be just short now, so this should help, I think. And then we'll finish off the military factories. If I'm understanding that correctly. Alright, decryption's done. Let's get the encryption. And we have enough shipyards again. So... actually kind of tempted to start building submarines. Oh no, these are ancient. No, never mind. We could get 36 subs. Might as well research for 1940 ones. Well, in that case, let's continue with destroyer production. Right now it really is just escorts that we need. Speaking of which... oh, we're finishing off the recon ships. I see what's happening. Let's get our escorts up and running properly. Actually, they kind of are. Hungarian bomber competition. No! Hungary's the enemy. That's silly. Cancel that. I am going to build more screens. Because what I can do is I can expand the number of capital ships in Indonesia right now. Quit India movement. Indian calls for independence have intensified lately. Now things have come to a head as the radical Quit India movement has called for the United Kingdom to leave the country as soon as possible. Which means more autonomy for them, which means that they can get more production, I think. Not production, manpower. Fighter command. Then I can get the aircraft production group. Our first priority must be to control our own skies. It is hard to discern a more important area of military research than fighter development. Yeah, exactly, which is why I did it last. Alright, Marines are ready.
Ready to move.
You guys are almost done training, but my gosh, you are weak. But I think it's time for me to send you over to the Norwegian front. Because I have a feeling that Sweden's about to go and do a whoopsie. Supply is one of, if not the most annoying things about Hearts of Iron. Yeah, I kind of agree. I really do hope that they give that another go. Especially now having played Unity of Commands and the way that supply works and that is just really nice. Particularly compared to this. Ah, we're doing a pretty good job clearing all of this up now. That's good. How's India doing for manpower? Still healthy. And the Netherlands is actually doing a big counterattack here, although they've just let them cross into Sumatra. So what I am going to do is I'm going to go and help the Dutch. Sure, there's a faster way of doing this. It involves clicking on the button up there instead of here, doesn't it? Right, you are going to be assigned to Monty. You're going to be given Auchinleck to do this, or Ritchie. No, Auchinleck. Some of you are going to assign to here. And some of you I'm going to assign to this.
Listen up. Ready.
Right, let's go. I swear we lost ground in Vietnam since the last time we checked. I don't think so. Because remember, they had Phnom Penh and they had some of the coast down here, which we've now taken. It's just this little corner. In fact, we've taken Saigon. They have no ports. These guys are starving. So it's just a matter of time until that's defeated. Meanwhile, that tank is actually backing off, so we can retake these straits. As long as the Dutch can hold on to Batavia, so don't abandon it, please. I'm on my way, Holland. I'm on my way. Don't panic, Alfric. Don't panic.
Yes, sir. Come on.
Show me, is this again? Oh, it's this one. You are so nearly finished. Come on. And then I can assign you to one of my defensive commanders.
Ready, sir.
Just shift click on the red divisions, not an army. Okay. Iraq's losing ground, that's for sure. Oh man, look how weak these units are. Terrible supply over there. We've more or less fixed the supply issues of our own. Exiled veterans, combat bonus against 2 of 2 enemy divisions, plus 10 attack, plus 10 defense. And that's why I'm using Polish exiles over here. In fact, I could probably even start building actual Polish exile units. I have the technology. Not that you actually need the technology for it. Did I ever research the heavy fighters? No, still going. Oh.
Ready to move.
Don't let them retake Saigon. That's like a really bad thing.
Fall in. Attention.
And now they've just got their supply back, you morons.
Yes, sir.
Damn it. That was a done deal down there. How the hell did that happen? What's Germany up to? Influence Brazil. What do these actually do? German naval intimidation. Naval intimidation. I think there's only one country, possibly two on the map, who could actually do that. And Germany ain't one of them. Especially not right now. Failing to take Saigon. Damn your eyes.
Orders.
Ah, another Danish exile. Cool. Yeah, see, now they're getting their organization back again. Oh, this is annoying. Everything we achieved over here has basically just been undone because of this. Unfortunately, Alexandria is kind of spread rather thin, having to defend this line and this line, because apparently Southeast Asia is incapable of doing it themselves. Damn it, France.
Yes, sir.
Just sending in reinforcements. Nope. This is a lost cause again. Not a lost cause, but a bad one. Ah! This, however, is a good one. So we're going to delete that order.
Fall in.
And we're going to say that our objective is now the whole of Java. You may proceed when ready. Actually, don't. And we have some more shipyards, which I think I'm just going to put onto developing Vasco S's. Also going for the training fleet. Huzzah! Now, it actually looks like my fuel supplies are basically recovered, so we can stop importing so much from America. Whitarian, thank you very much for the Twitch Prime subscription. Very much appreciate that. Welcome to the Mordlings. Ah.
Keep your distance.
No, you don't you dare attack. Not you. Stop.
Ready.
Good catch. Very, very good catch. Right. We now have Beauforts, so we could start building those. Oh, yeah, we never did actually get the submarine upgrades. Okay, no wonder my subs kind of sucked. What's this? Infantry recovery. We could make our navies even stronger, but I don't think we necessarily need to. I think that would be a waste. Let's get some more. Let's double check these. Still 42. Let's go and get the Pierce. We should probably upgrade some of our guns, especially for the destroyers, seeing as we're constantly pumping out new types of destroyer. And we are getting military factories for the first time in a long time. So what are we short on? Artillery 2k, infantry 1000, motorized 1000, support 1800. So I would say artillery needs the most right now. In fact, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to shift you all to this and just let you fill in. Oh, you know what else? Heavy fighters. Bow fighter, not the bow fort. I just removed them all again. Right, bow fighters now have things under production. There we go. That way round. Go! Build! Make me stuff and things.
Fall in!
And you're actually going to be undertaking offensive action, so you can join the offensive commander, Turkish Exile Leader. And I think that you lot are done. Let's give you a new commander. Neil Ritchie.